Hello Capricorn and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie and this is your weekly reading for August 23rd through the 29th. Quick disclaimer, this is a general reading and cannot resonate with everyone, so take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. And if none of it resonates, feel free to check out one of the readings for your other signs or check out some of the many brilliant readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, counselor, therapist, etc. I'm just a girl with a passion for the tarot, and anything that I say resembling advice is based solely on my own opinion, my own experiences, the knowledge that I've incurred throughout my life, my interpretations of the cards, and any little bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively from time to time throughout the reading. Also, if this reading does end up resonating with you, if you do enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like so that you can get notified when I upload new videos in the future, which is every week. And I also want to start doing themed readings and pick-a-cards, so if you have any suggestions for readings that you would like to see me do, leave it in a comment. I would love to see what what ideas you guys have or what you might like to see, and I can implement that into my future videos. So, with all that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get started. We're starting out this week with an archetype card, and Capricorn, you guys got the Mentor this week. Okay, the Wise Teacher. Okay, this is either you or somebody that you could benefit from at this time. Okay, so you may be needing a little bit of guidance at this point in your life where you're at right now. Ooh, I'm making a mess. And I'll get a better idea of what that is referencing when I get more cards on the table, but do keep that in mind. Whether it's you who needs guidance or whether it's you who has guidance to offer to someone else who might be in need. So now I'm going to pull a card from the Moonology deck, give us an idea of what kind of energies, like cosmic energies, that may be influencing your situation this week or you personally. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm having an allergy attack for some reason. I never had allergies until a couple years ago. It's very strange. Okay. So what do we have for Capricorn this week? Okay, so we have full moon in Leo, and it says, don't let pride get in your way. So if I'm going to relate this back to the Mentor card, then that could indicate that you are in need of some guidance, and Spirit is reminding you that everyone can use a little guidance from time to time, and not to let your pride get in the way of asking for help. So now I'm going to pull a few cards to give us an idea of what the main situation is that you guys are going to be dealing with this week. Just readjust that. Okay. Main situation for Capricorn this week, please. The Crystal Ball. Okay, scrying, clairvoyance, psychic experiences are indicated by the crystal ball. Let's see, what else do we have? The Shovel. Okay, it's all about digging deep. Digging deep within yourself, uncovering secrets, uncovering things that are hidden within your psyche or hidden within the subconscious. Revealing things that have been covered up in the past. And actually, that doesn't even have to be within yourself. If you are digging in to reveal a truth that has been covered up, this could be something else entirely. I feel like I saw something really weird happen in the video there. Okay, anyway. You may be trying to find information about a situation that is hidden, and you may be using psychic methods to try to find that information as well. So we have the Wheel, which is relative to the ship in the Lenormand, so long distance travel or direction. It could have something to do with direction, but this could have something to do with something that is far away. And then we have the Fox, a very cunning trickster type character. So you may be looking into something that has to do with this fox, like maybe something that they did or something that they're trying to hide, and that's what the crystal ball is here about. And then you may be going to a mentor or somebody who is a little more experienced than you are in order to try to get this information that you're seeking. Somebody who just has been at it longer than you. Someone who, I don't want to say might be better at it because I don't know the situation, but I mean, it's possible. We can't all be good at everything. So somebody who's just someone that you trust to do this kind of this psychic work, because that is definitely what I'm getting here. I almost get a sense of like remote viewing, right? Looking for answers from far away about whoever this fox character is. I'm getting creeped out and I need to shut my window. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I don't know what that was about. Alrighty. So now go ahead and I'll pull some tarot cards to give us an idea, some clarification on what these cards could be referring to. We'll start by clarifying the crystal ball. Please clarify the crystal ball for Capricorn, please. So the Four of Blades, having to do with rest and recuperation before some kind of incoming challenge or before some major change that may be made. I'm going to clarify that again. Clarify this Four of Swords, please. So we have the Seven of Rods, which is all about standing your ground. So it looks like you may have to defend yourself in some kind of situation or protect yourself in some way. You know, sometimes psychic work, scrying, remote viewing, things of that nature can be exhausting, tiresome, kind of difficult. And so this could be Spirit's way of telling you that before you embark on this endeavor to try to find this information, that you should rest up physically and mentally to prepare yourself, because there may be certain energies or things that you need to protect yourself from while in the process. When you enter like other realms, like dream state or a trance-like state, when you're trying to remote view, things of that nature, when you enter that state, you can become vulnerable. So I think this may just be a reminder to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to protect yourself psychically, energetically, mentally, in the process of seeking out this information. So now I'm going to clarify the shovel, what it is we're digging up. So we have the Knight of Swords, and it is in reverse. Oops. And then he wanted to be upright, so he's upright. We're looking for the truth of a situation. So in situations like this, okay, when we're digging up something, we're digging up information, in my mind it's like pentacles are treasure, cups are old relationships or connections, wands are motivations, and then swords can be facts or evidence, or swords can be used for violence, basically, is what I'm getting at. If you're sitting here and you're scrying or you're remote viewing to try to figure something out, to try to uncover something, and then we have a sword involved, then I start to wonder if maybe there isn't some kind of event that happens, some kind of unsolved mystery, something you're trying to figure out. Okay, you're trying to find the truth of a situation, but just the idea that you're dealing with a fox and that you're digging it up, like you're dealing with someone who's very cunning, who's very good at hiding things, who's very sneaky, who may be a thief. And this indication here that you need to be well rested and protect yourself means that there is some level of risk or danger to this situation, to what you're about to try to do, which is why you really need that mentor. You really need somebody at your side. Or if you're the mentor, that's why whoever's doing this needs your help, is because this isn't something that can be safely done by yourself. So definitely some kind of truth or fact of a situation that you're trying to uncover at the very least. Let's go ahead and clarify the wheel now. We have the Five of Coins. So financial hardship, some sort of lack consciousness. It could indicate poverty, which in this context is confusing, which is why I'm clarifying. I'm going to clarify that. Clarify this Five of Pentacles for me, please, in relation to the Wheel. And we have the Page of Cups. Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So let's say you're looking for something that is far away, something in a distant land, somewhere. The Five of Pentacles could indicate that it is an area of lower economic status. And then the Page of Cups could indicate some sort of emotional connection to this area or to an individual who resides in this area. I know I'm drawing a lot of conclusions here. And I am going to clarify with a separate tarot deck in just a moment. But I want to stare at these quietly and awkwardly for a moment. If I didn't have the fox here, okay, if I didn't have this guy, then I could see this becoming a situation where somebody is looking for like a long lost love or a long lost best friend, okay, or a family member that hasn't been seen in a long time. Let's say you moved to a different country, okay, and there's someone that you love dearly, but you lost contact and you haven't seen them for a long time, and now you're going, you know, to every length that you can to find this individual, to seek them out, to reestablish contact. And you know, you're going through the normal physical channels of searching for this person, and now you're turning to a psychic. You're turning to more metaphysical means of trying to seek somebody out because you haven't been able to find the evidence. You haven't been able to find a trail using documents or technology or whatever is available to you on the physical. But then we have the fox. That could indicate that the person that you're looking for does not want to be found, or that there is somebody else completely different involved in keeping this person hidden at this time, which is possible. There are several different scenarios where that could be the case without being like ultra dramatic, but we'll clarify. We'll clarify. We'll figure it out. Tell me about this fox, please. We have the Two of Blades. So some kind of decision needing to be made, or somebody not making a decision. Somebody who's afraid to make a decision. Let's see. I'm going to clarify that as well. What decision? What are they afraid to make? What is this decision regarding? So now we have the Knight of Cups. This can indicate being in love. This is also a very romantic kind of character. Maybe somebody that you know, or the person that's being searched for, was in love with somebody else. Potentially this fox character. Or somehow entangled with this individual. Okay? And they have not chosen to leave and go back to, you know, the people who miss them. Whether they're afraid to, or it's just a difficult decision to make because, you know, they feel attached. They feel connected to this individual. They don't want to just leave them. But it keeps them isolated. I'm going to go ahead and switch tarot decks to get a little more clarification on what's going on here. And we'll go back over here to start with, clarifying the crystal ball with the Four of Swords and the Seven of Rods. Sorry, my shit's all blurry. I'm gonna try to fix that in just a minute. So we have the Seven of Earth in reverse. See, on the card it says procrastination, delay, and distraction. I'm trying to make it focus. There we go. Now if I put it down, haha. Success. Okay. So procrastination in its reverse. This could indicate, again, a need to slow down, a need to wait to get started until you're completely ready. Okay, because we got procrastination in the reverse, which indicates that desire to move forward and to jump into something. which makes sense if you're looking for something that's very important to you, or you're looking for somebody that you really care about that you feel is missing or that is unreachable. Okay, then you want to find them now. But I feel like this is just confirming the need to make sure that you have all of your tools, all of your resources available to you when you begin this process, to make sure that you are in a safe environment, that you are mentally, physically, and spiritually strong, or in a strong state when you start the process, especially if you are going through psychic means to try to gain this information. Let's clarify the shovel and the Knight of Blades. Clarifying that Knight of Blades with another Knight, the Knight of Fire. Adaptability, adjustment, and camouflage. So this is something that's really hard to find, or someone who's going to be very hard to find. It seems like, and this kind of relates back to this this fox here, where they're really good at hiding and blending in wherever they go. So this is not going to be an easy task. This is potentially somebody who does not want to be found. For whatever reason. It doesn't have to be necessarily for dark or ominous reasons that they don't want to be found, but for whatever reason, they do not want to be found. Obviously, already this is sounding like something that's really not going to resonate with very many people at all. Maybe only one person. But if it does resonate with you, then all I would say, because I don't know the details, is that you make sure that you're right to be looking for this person, because they don't want to be found. They really don't. So if it's absolutely necessary, then obviously you do what you got to do. But you may be asking for trouble by digging into something that has been purposefully hidden or obstructed from view for so long. Obviously, this individual has traveled quite the distance to get away, to not be found. So now I'm going to go ahead and clarify the Wheel with the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. We have the Four of Fire in reverse, and it says performance, acting, and ego, but in the reverse. So this seems to indicate somebody who has a very unhealthy relationship with their ego. Potentially someone who needs a lot of attention, who needs that ego to be fed constantly. This could be somebody who's obsessed with the idea of being well known or becoming famous. And so they're putting on some kind of show for attention, but it's not real. Like, none of it's real. And their motives are not pure at all. And that could be in reference to the fox here. So it's really interesting, this idea that you're looking for somebody who doesn't want to be found, but does want a lot of attention. Perhaps this is somebody who wants to be infamous. They want to be remembered as a legend of some kind, and that's why they don't want to be found. Lastly, let's clarify the fox with the Two of Blades and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we have death. And on the card it says tool of refinement, or let's see. I don't think we're going to get it to focus here. Oh, there we go. Tool of creation, refinement, configuration. Sorry, I needed to do that to get it to refocus when I put the card down. This kind of indicates to me somebody who traveled very far away. They did something that made them infamous, got them a lot of attention, and they really did enjoy that. But part of the plan is to go very far away and then start a new life. It could potentially involve, like, kind of implying that they may have faked their own death, or maybe they just implied that maybe they could be dead, and to leave people wondering, but not enough to actually look. And then starting a new life, recreating themselves as someone else and then getting away with whatever it is that they've done that's gained them so much attention in the first place, whatever it is that people are now looking for them for. This could be something as dramatic as a fugitive. This could be just somebody that you know who kind of made a mess of something, and then instead of dealing with the consequences, they ran away, okay, and just changed their first name and skip town. Especially if this happened a long time ago. I mean, even back in the 80s and 90s, it was pretty easy to just leave town and become somebody else. So this doesn't have to be that outlandish. You could be looking for somebody who disappeared, and nobody knows what happened to them, and it could potentially be that they ran away and they decided to start a new life. They made it look like one thing happened to them, but when in the reality they left. But I see you as the seeker. You are the one who's looking for this individual, and you need help to do so. So we're going to switch to the oracle cards now and see if we have any additional insight or advice from Spirit that can help you guys out in this process. Okay, so we have the nebula, theory, ideation, and process. So you need to have a plan, is kind of what I'm getting from that. You need to have a specific idea, even if you're using remote viewing or whatever the case. You need to have somewhat of an idea of where you're looking for this individual and how you're going to look for them and what you're going to do once you find them, if you do. And then stick to that plan. We'll switch decks. We'll see what else we've got. What else do we have for Capricorn? Clarify this nebula card, please. Okay, so we have diplomacy and kindness. This could have bearing on what you do with the information once you receive it. Okay, this is a human being that you're dealing with, that you're looking for. So obviously you do want to have some sort of compassion for this individual, no matter what it is that they've done in the past, or at the very least the people who may be close to them now, who can be affected by whatever the heck is going on here. This could also be a warning to approach very carefully and maintain a kind and understanding disposition in order to avoid any kind of conflict or a scene of some kind. So if you find them, you're not going to go busting down their door. You may go knock on the door, but approach them with kindness, compassion, and understanding, regardless of what you're feeling at the time, in order to facilitate a smooth meeting or a smooth discovery. I hope that makes sense. We'll switch decks. What can you do? This is my question for Spirit right now. What can Capricorn do to protect themselves in this? So we have secrets. It says underlying deception, renewal after adaption. So this could be warning you that there are secrets being kept, and that you need to be aware that this individual may not be honest, especially since he's represented by the fox, he or she. Not to trust this person, basically. Not only because this could also indicate not sharing with anybody else what you found until you are sure. I'm going to pull 2 more oracle cards to give us any last bits of advice that we can get from Spirit before we wrap this up. I don't know what this whole situation is about, honestly. Secrets, but also potentially indicating that you need to keep certain information close to the chest as well, and not share everything about yourself or how you found them. Okay, so we have the upper world. Okay, future. This came out for one of my previous readings this week as well. So this thing indicates to me that the actions that you take at this time in this situation will have a profound effect on how things occur in the future. This is kind of one of those moments in time where the decisions you make are critical. You have to be very careful and very wise when you decide what to do and how to approach this situation. It's one thing to seek out this information and try to find somebody or to try to solve some kind of mystery. It is something else entirely once you take action on the information you have gained. So be very careful, very mindful. Okay, don't take any unnecessary risks in this situation, because you are dealing with somebody who is very cunning, very resourceful, and someone who doesn't want to be found. So you want to make sure that you and your loved ones are protected at all times, that this other individual is also protected and the people around them, depending on the situation, or at least the people that they are around that they could affect. And just, you want to make sure that you're doing everything right, or as right as possible, that you're coming from a place of pure intentions. Because if you're not, okay, if you're coming at this from, from a place of pride, you're trying to prove a point of some kind, things could go terribly wrong for you. You could really affect this situation in a negative way, as pride likes to do. So, one more card, and then we will call it for today. We'll call it. One more card. One more card for Capricorn. Any last bit of advice, please? Come right back to that divine connection. This could be the connection between you and the individual that you're looking for. You and this mission that you're on at this time. Or your personal connection to the divine, right? Because there's a lot of illusions here with the crystal ball. To there being metaphysical or psychic elements to this search, which does rely heavily on trusting your intuition, being in connection with your intuition, and being able to see, recognize, and interpret signs from spirit as well. So, meditate before you get started on this, which was already advised before with that 4 of Swords and that 7 of Rods, right? You want to be rested and strong when you approach this process. And so this is kind of just advising you to sit down and meditate and make sure that you have a clean, clear connection to spirit before you get started, and making sure that your intentions are of, the highest vibration possible, that that you're only coming into this with the intention of doing good, of making something better than it was before. And also trusting that the knowledge of the mentor that you may be looking up to or acquiring help from, okay, because obviously they've had a lot more experience than you have, so they're going to know a lot more than you are, and they may have a very strong sense of intuition as well. And so you're going to want to compromise on certain things with this individual in order to fulfill that highest purpose. Yeah, okay, that's what I've got for you guys this week, Capricorn. That's pretty much what I'm getting from that. You're looking for somebody. It's not necessarily the safest thing in the whole wide world, but it does seem to be a long distance, almost like a remote viewing experiment of some kind. So I think as long as you protect your energy, you'll be okay. Well, excuse me, as long as you protect your energy and you make sure that your intentions are based in love, compassion, purity, kindness, those kinds of things, then you're going to be okay. Accept help from others when you need it. Don't let your pride get the best of you. And good luck finding what you're looking for. You guys take care, and I'll see you next week.